I just found an old trail. I've been following it from our house, across the beaver ponds, across land, to there. I'm going to call this trail Iowa in recognition of Chris, the vegan runner, because he inspired me to get out every day and walk. And this is day 13, and I've walked my hour today already. But I will tell you something fun. I'm sure Chris has heard of this, but you may not have. There's a concept out there called fartlek. Yes, fartlek. Walking is cardiovascular activity. Varying the pace because I stop and go to saw things is varying the activity. Sawing stuff and lifting tree limbs out of the way is varying the activity. Fast and slow, fast and slow. Give the body rest, make it overtaxed. Fartlek, it can be used for more than cross-country skiing and running. Meow, Huples cat. It's been raining all day, but I set myself a challenge. I've got to walk an hour or more every day. It's very, very windy today. Got my little saw. I'm experiencing rain currently. When we first looked at this property a long time ago, there was a loop trail. And the southern part of the loop has been missing for a long time. I have found it. So I'm going to head out on there and tidy it up a bit. It's a bit of a mess, but you'll see what I'm trying to do. This lack of snow continues for much longer. I might start my project of taking down the 3 walls there. I have been tidying up around it, and we're going to do some more. Kitty's on side with that. Get the old chainsaw out. Plenty of wood here we can use. So here we are in December, and we still don't have a solid pond to walk across. Won't be too much longer, I don't think. So I don't know if you can see from this, but we haven't been using this area of the forest at all. We're coming out to this structure, but there doesn't seem to be any discernible path. Aha, there is. We're going to go straight that way for a while, and I'm going to use my saw. So now I've started the pathway. Woo, it's stormy. You're going to have to keep an eye on this. Don't want to be out here in a storm. So this is what I've managed to create in about 20 minutes. And that's as far as I got. Well, it's raining, and I have completed my first task of the day. Nowhere near an hour's walk, but I've done some upper arm activity. This still needs to be tidied out a bit. But what I have now is a connecting path to the original trail. Of course, it still needs a lot more tidying up in here, but we're getting there. Widowmaker. See that? Pathway to the pond. It's all learning experience. I was going to go this way. I'm not. I'm going to go this way and then across to get away from the mud pile. You'll be able to see, but I've hacked out a path through there, and the unfinished shed's right there. So I found out a dry way. We should be in the trail soon. Alright, trail marking, finally. So when I finish this and I get this properly marked, this will connect with the internal trail and make a nice loop. Beaver! So the path's pretty much as you see it now. It's pretty obvious as long as you look where it is, and I'm just going to walk along it and tidy it up. See at the far end. You can see the power of the wind. We're on the trail. And that was originally all trail. I don't know if I'll ever take that big tree out, it's huge. So walk along and see where the uncovered rock features, and you can see how much stuff actually fell down. So that would be the path. What I have on a kind of a wet overcast day is a really nice trail right by the beaver pond. Beaver were slaughtered and murdered by the neighbours a few years ago, but they're coming back up that way and they'll be down here soon. Concept for this is to make a snowshoe trail. There you have it, boys and girls. Sign leading back to the house. Lightning strike. Now how do I know not to go up there? Because I've gone up there before. I've done all the little ways around here. So I already marked that out. So what I'm doing with this is I'm actually going to saw this. So this piece here and this piece here are removed. Oh, job done. About 3-4 minutes. And now you have a much better way of getting in to the path system. It also makes it more obvious to not get lost. One of the other tells where the path was is actually the soil's been eroded by people walking on it and compressing it down, killing the vegetation. Heavy rain, heavy snow, and you get like a dip effect. It's very subtle and it can appear naturally, but it is here. So that's going to go as well. And that's an old painted trail marking. What gets me sometimes in the forest are these. That's not a marking, it's fungus. Lovely. Slightly on the neighbour's property. Oh, that's Kitty and her sisters. So I found the last sign again, and I kind of know where I am because of the trees with leaves. Couldn't really figure out a way through on this side. This is the way that connects back to the main trail. Me and Kitty did it yesterday. But where the original trail is, that has now been lost. So to actually create a trail in there, I'd probably have to do quite a bit of work. And I probably won't. People being lazy, I'll just go a bit north like I did and go through the forest. Quartz. That's don't hunt on this land, which is Kitty and sisters. And this is the border, so I'm actually technically trespassing. And I found the trail again. And this is a trail back to the house going through the middle trail where I originally was on. But somehow or other, this connects these two this way. What I actually did was I just came straight up here. And I'm going to investigate this. The original trail must be in there somewhere. And if it's a case of just removing trees, I can do it. But now, I'm going to go back to the main trail and see little Wolfie. So you're looking this way, you don't really see the trail. And when you walk this way, it's kind of there. But you don't quite know where you are. All the time in this forest you're thinking, where am I? Have I got lost? The simple answer is no. This is the trail. But it needs some work doing on it, so we have to go across land. See the trail sign? That's where you'd go. Bit of sawing, bit of lifting. I can clear that out again. Now his trails are really badly marked. So you'd think you go over here, and that seems reasonable. But I'm actually going to go this way and I'll show you why. You probably can't see it. Trail marking over there connecting my trail. There we go. We connected. One of the things I've been doing is I've been sawing on this as well. Because I want to be able to use this in the winter for snowshoeing. And for winter camping. Finally sunny. Don't really need the sun at this time of day. It's not helpful for the batteries. Whatever you can do, get out and do it. If maybe just something simple like going out for a 15-minute stroll around your local block and picking up garbage. Do something positive. Don't just go for the walk. Make a point to it. Find litter, remove litter, recycle it. Wear gloves, don't get infected. For me, most of the time, there's not that much litter around on the roads, but where there is I pick it up and I recycle it and give the beer cans to the Kiwanis so they can use it for charity. But it gives me a bit more meaning to my walking. It's not just I'm wandering out. For example, got really lost about half a kilometre that way. And then I found this. Kitty's dubbed it the hedgehog. It's chewed at both ends by beaver. It's the beaver log on a stump. So over time I'm using my hands, I'm using the saw and occasionally the chainsaw to make this trail bigger, stronger, more obvious, more usable by everybody. But I'm also adding little bits of whimsy around the place. Now that'll look a lot better when it's snowing. Oh Christmas stump, oh Christmas stump. It's an old telescope phone away. I have no idea if it works, I never even looked at it. I'm sure it's not very good. So this is Telescope Hill. This predates our occupancy, but the dead skidoo has a really clear marking. Sunflowers there, so Wolfie knows where to pee before he has his hill climb. There's 103 acres here to explore. I'm going to explore all of it. It's going to take me a long time. So thanks for watching, have a great day. Make sure you actually get out and do some physical activity each and every day. Working hard as a nurse or as a bus driver or in a warehouse isn't cardiac exercise. You have to actually get out and keep going for about 20 minutes or more. Try it. Whatever's good for you, do it. You need to do something. Think of it as a medication. If you had a cardiac drug that stopped you from having a heart attack and dying, you'd probably go out of your way to take it. Half an hour of exercise a day is better than any medication for you to stop you dying from heart disease. Think about it. If you can, and safely do so, always ask a doctor, get out there and do something. This video is inspired by Chris in Iowa doing his 60th day, I believe, today of his continuous running challenge. I, however, have done 13 days. I've actually done more than 13 days, I just started arbitrarily last Monday. But I've actually been walking quite a few days. Hear the trees collapse? Yep. Storm's coming in. I'm going to go and hide in the house. Toodles. This has been a Sleepy Terrier on a Rainy Day production 2022.